What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining me. I don't know if you can tell, but we are in a new space, new background, new couch, new area because we finally closed on our house. Praise be to God. We finally closed on our house. Super excited. So it's been pretty hectic, I would say, this past month. I would say a past month has been pretty hectic. Ever since we like fish officially, or like a week before they give us our final closing date, it's been hectic. Even before that, like closing on this house, even being a realtor, closing on this house was just so hectic. Like I feel like the devil was just trying to get us to not close on this house because I told the Lord if when we get this house, we were going to do some amazing things. We're going to do the podcast. We're going to do teachings. We're going to do Bible studies in this house. This house is going to be meant to be used for the Lord, and I feel like it was ours, but the devil kept kicking and screaming all the way to the closing table. So, all in all, it is done. It is finished. We have our house. Super excited. It is like 2 o'clock in the morning right now, and I finally was able to get the audio, the monitor, computer set up, and everything. I had to send my computer out to get fixed and stuff. So I finally got everything back, and I've been itching to do a video for you guys. Well, for me in general, because I'm like, I really feel like I need to. This keeps me accountable. I don't know if you guys notice, like, I'll disappear for like 4 days, and usually in those 4 days, I'm not reading, my Bible. I'm not praying. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm being distracted by the devil and by myself. And so that's why I do these videos because it keeps me accountable to like keep up with what I need to be doing. And that being said, today, again, Sari will be joining us. I finally got everything started, but it's like, again, she's probably asleep. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I wanted to film something because I'm super excited about the new house. But today, 2024, the hashtag or saying I've been going for my pastor has been so more in 24, and me and my wife had talked how we're gonna do that this year, and I came up with, I don't, people have different names for it, but for me, I call it the 5 pillars of my life. And I've shared this with Sari, and me and her have agreed upon this of things we need to do. These are the 5 things, no matter what's going on in life, we need to do, because without these 5 things, the house will crumble. These 5 pillars keeps our household up, and if we don't stick to them, it crumbles. And it's funny because I can tell when I'm not doing so well, whether it be mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. It's because of one of these pillars, and usually I use it as a benchmark to look at myself and say, okay, this is not normal. What's going on with me? Which pillar is it? And that's usually how I can kind of narrow down what to work on. So um, I would love to talk to you guys about that. Maybe it'd be helpful for you guys. It's been very helpful for me. I've only started doing this for the past like 2 years, and it's been working very well. It's helped me and Sarah in a lot of things too. So before we start, let's go ahead and pray. Guys, again, if you have any prayer requests, you can put it in the comments, or we have links in the descriptions where you can leave a prayer request, and we can make sure to keep on praying on that throughout the week. But let's go ahead and pray, guys. Dear God, thank you for today. Thank you for all that you do, Lord. I thank you so much for this house that you have bestowed upon us. We count it as a blessing. We count it as something that you have given us authority over, and that we're going to be good stewards over. We're not going to use this house. It's not going to be a mess. It's not going to be something that we use for not giving you glory. People that come over, we want them to be filled with the presence of God in this house. And so we pray that anybody that walks into this house, anything that's done in this house is for you. And again, we just thank you so much for giving us strength and endurance to hang in there and getting this house done, because there were some close calls. The devil kept kicking and screaming. We knew this house was for us. He knew this house was for us, but he was just making it as difficult as possible on the way. So we thank you so much for sticking with us, for guiding with us, and for giving us strength to continue for this home and for our family. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right, guys. So to get, again, the 5 pillars, I get, this is not nothing new. I'm pretty sure other people have came up with this, whether it be called something different, or maybe some of these things that I'm putting in the pillars have been a little bit different. But my 5 pillars, not in any specific order, which the first one, first and foremost, we'll save for last, which is the most important, is God. Um, but there's 5 different pillars that I use in my life, and I'm starting, again, I lack one's, it's always up and down, and that's why my house is always, my life is always constantly like moving, shifting, is because of these pillars, and I'm working on these pillars to get them all even and equal so that way my life can feel balanced. And that's kind of how I use these, because I feel like they're a balance for my life. So the first one's first is work. Work is a big pillar of my life. Finances, etc. If you guys don't know, pretty sure some of y'all already know, I'm a realtor. I do sales. I'm in business, transactions, people communications, things like that, whatever you want to call it. But all in all, at the end of the day, if I don't help somebody buy a house, or I don't help somebody sell a house, as well as my other business, if I don't help somebody do security systems, solar, water filtration systems, if I don't constantly move, I don't get paid. I can't show up to work and get paid an hourly check. That's not how my life works. I have to put in the effort, and a lot of the effort that I put in has to be done ahead of time before I see anything come out of that, any profits, any money, any sowing of the seeds I put in. I have to put that effort in, and so a lot of this, it's not for everybody. I will say that a lot of people are very hourly, and there's nothing wrong with that either. Depends on how you live your life. But for me, I worked many jobs. 9 to 5 is not my cup of tea. It just isn't. I need the flexibility. I don't like to be shackled down. But at the same time, too, the freedom to do work or to not work is also something that's very hard. So again, when it comes to my first pillar, which is work, I have to consistently work. Like for example, it's been about a month since I've really like done anything work wise, here and there. Just because I kind of been out of it. Like again, if I don't work at these pillars, it really throws me off, and I start twirling around in my head, and it just really throws me off. And so today, I was waiting on some flyers to come in for my new business. They came in around 3 after we just got back from Eagle Pass. 6 o'clock in the morning, we left, got back, had to get a passport for Sari. And we finally was able to come back. I wanted to go to sleep. It took like a little 30-minute nap, and I was waiting for these flyers. And I told myself, as soon as these flyers come in, I am leaving. I'm going out, and I'm going to go share these flyers with some contacts that I have, and I'm gonna do that. At least that I haven't really worked, and at least need to do this. And so, as soon as I laid down for like 30 minutes, my doorbell rang, and I got up. It's the flyers; they look amazing. And I told Sarah, I'm like, "Hey, I'll be back." So I got up, got in my car, I left. I went to go meet four different people that I'm working with. Left them flyers, made a new contact as well. As soon as I was done, I was like, should I go home? It's only like, I think it was like 5. And I was like, no, let me go get a haircut. We're about to go on this trip. I don't have time. Let me go get this haircut. Um, as well as like right across the street is an oil change place. I was like, Sarah needs an oil change. Let me just do that. Like, let me get some stuff done. So I was just getting things done. And that's what work does for me. It constantly gets me moving, because when I sit still in my house, it just leaves openings for the devil to come and just mess with me. And I don't know about you guys. You can say it's the devil, you can say it's yourself, your own mind. It's both for me, and it's just thoughts of like panic and fear and timidness and just things I don't need to be worrying about. The Lord has me, and I'm sitting here worrying about money, worrying about groceries, worrying about this, worrying about that, and I'm just like, no, work really is the distraction I need to get away from that. Like if I just consistently work, I don't have to worry about money, because I'm sowing seeds, and the Lord is going to provide for me, and that money will come back to me later. So I just need to get out there and work. And when I'm home and I sit here for days on end, my mind always tells me, "Whoa, you're not working. That money's not going to be coming in." And then the shame of like, "Hey, all you got to go do is work. You're not working. Like, shame on you." And then when bills start getting high, and the bank starts getting dry, I start feeling guilty, and I start feeling a lot of shame, and I'm just like, well, and then I start feeling bad about not going to work, which then I don't go to work, and it's just a cycle, a vicious cycle that one pillar causes me when I don't really stick to it. And I've noticed that over years of my life, and I finally in these past 2 years have been sticking to a regimen of like working every day except for Sunday, and even on Sundays I kind of work. I'm trying to cut that out. I really not just rest for myself, but I need to keep time with the Lord. I go to church every Sunday, but then usually I'll try to fit an appointment afterwards, and I'm just like, no, I need to like not do that. 6 days is more than enough to get the work I need to get done. So yeah, so that's the first pillar is work, and I would say depending on what you guys do, it's different for everybody because not everybody works the same job or does the same hours or same pay. Um, I would say just continuously work. Don't stay home. I know as much, and I'm not saying to work yourself to bone, like to kill yourself working, but I'm saying like if you have nothing else to do and you're scheduled to work, let's say you're a 9 to 5, you're scheduled to work, just go to work. Stop calling in unless you really, really have to. Like you're like dying sick, or I don't know whatever. But like I remember when I was younger, I would call in all the time for nothing. I just didn't want to work, and I would just stay home and do nothing. I didn't make no money that day. It's not worth it. So just sow your seeds, reap the harvest later. So that's the first pillar. My second pillar is goes kind of together with my third pillar, which is working out and eating. Those are two pillars. I am a diabetic. I've been diabetic for like almost like a decade now. I used to be. I'm not that skinny, but I'm skinnier. I used to be 320 at one point when I was younger, and I got diabetes from that. I don't know what type that is, but I wasn't born with it. Um, I will tell you right now, guys, if there's anything that I regret in life, it's getting diabetes. It's such a hard. People don't talk about how bad diabetes is. It's actually one of the worst things you can get. It really changes your lifestyle. You can't eat certain things. You can't do certain things. You gotta be super careful. I can eat an orange and pass out. It knocks me out, and so I don't even eat oranges anymore. Orange juice. Like I look at everything and what it has and the like how much carbs it has, how much sugar it has, how much sugar alcohol it has. Like I look at everything now, and it sucks because a lot of things I used to love have carbs in it, which turns into sugar, and so I like pastas out of the game. Mainly, I've been doing. I really gotta get back on it, but I did for like a good like I want to say a good month. I did the carnivore diet, and again, everybody hit and miss. Don't eat this, eat this. Like it's so hard these days to know what to eat, but I know for a diabetic, meat is a lot safer because there's no sugar in it. There's no carbs in it, just straight protein. So I know, we can talk about the whole cholesterol stuff. Like at the end of the day, I don't feel bad from eating it, like physically, mentally. Like you get groggy, sleepy, irritable. It's a whole mood changer. And so like depending on what I'm eating, it really changes. Like I can eat something like super bad. I can eat some takeout, and in an hour or so, I'm so tired. And again, that also knocks my other pillar of work because I don't get any work done. And so like each pillar does affect each other. And so that goes together with working out because working out, when you work out, it lowers blood sugar as well, as well as it makes your body feel better. I have two slip discs in my back, and I'm on constantly popping my back. I'm constantly sitting down or laying down because I can't stand for I can't hold my body up. That's how bad it is, and so I'm constantly well not constantly. I'm trying to be constant at working out, straightening my back. We canceled our gym membership with the new house because we just there's a trail we actually went the other day. There's a trail down the street from our house, really really nice trail. Almost got bit by a snake. Sari almost stepped on it. I saved her life. It was crazy. But going out every day, walking the trail 2-3 miles, something like that. As well as I got some bands and stuff for like light resistant training. Um, stuff like that. Just constantly be moving. For me, I don't know about everybody else, but when I was going to the gym or when I was working out, eventually like I get more energy from it. As well as like when I do like my treadmill, I would just put either worship music or I would do an audiobook or a YouTube video and I would have my time with the Lord there too. I used to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning, go to the gym for like 2 hours, an hour, and do that. Um, Again, what you do physically with your body, eating, working out, will come out emotionally and spiritually with your body. Again, the temple of the Lord, you want to take care of what you have because, again, how you dictate how this body works will dictate what comes out of the body. So, again, if I am eating garbage and not working out, how can I expect myself to go to work or have the energy to read my Bible? Like remember the body is flesh, it's weak, and it's against us when it comes to the spirit, and we need to make our flesh stronger in the right ways, so that way we can be spiritually stronger in the right ways. So what I mean by that is, as I build up my body through eating, through training, working out, I'm gonna have more energy. My sugar levels won't be so high. My moods won't change so much. I won't be as tired anymore. I won't be as cranky anymore. And now I can do the other things that the Lord has for me on that day, whether it be work, whether it be being my wife, whether it be Bible study, whether it be studying scripture, making videos, whatever it is. When my body doesn't feel like doing nothing, guess what? I don't feel like doing nothing. So take that with how you want it, but I would say make those two pillars very important. Eating, working out, it's going to change your life. Trust me. I would go a month at a time doing really good, and then I can just miss out a day or two and then crash and everything. I got to start over again. But everybody has setbacks, but just jump back on it. That's all I'm saying. So that's the first pillar was work, then eating, then working out. The fourth pillar is relational. The fourth and fifth pillar are relational. It is with my wife and the people around me, and the last one, the last pillar is relationship with God. Um, they're relational because they're not physical things that I do. Um, it's more of a sense, and it can be physical, but it's more of a sense of like what I do at home, in my personal time with my wife, with my Lord, uh, with my wife, and essentially is spending time with her. That's literally all that, just spending time with her, um, making time for her, whether it be going out on a date, going hiking, and you can mix these things. Like me and my wife, we work together, so we mix those pillars. We work together a lot, but work time together is not the same as sit down and watch a movie. It's not the same as sitting down and talking. It's not the same as sitting outside and watching the rain. It's not the same as just hanging out. So there's a difference, and so that's something to be careful with. Is especially if you're married or you're in a relationship, is having the understanding of knowing time together is different, and it needs to be treated differently. Because if I'm working with my wife, I can't count that as time together. We have fun, it's great, we do things, we have bad days too, but that's not intimacy time. That's not relationship time. That's work, you know. And it's so easy to, and I'm talking to myself as I say this, because I'm not perfect. I mix these up all the time. Like, I count that as, man, we've been together all day. Like, I want to just sit down and relax. And she's thinking, well, yeah, we've been to working all day. I want to sit down and relax and have a good time and maybe watch a movie. And me as a man, tonto, like I need to understand, like, the way we see things are differently, and I need to understand that she has needs, she has things that she wants to do, and I need to accommodate for that, as well as her side. Which, again, whenever Sari comes up and we'll sit down, this will be an episode we talk about. Which is why we're doing the podcast too. Is it's another reason we're doing the podcast with her together, is because it gives me a time to talk. One of the biggest things with my family is that we weren't very big talkers. We didn't really talk to each other. Sari's family is completely different. They talk all the time. Talk, 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 talk. That's what they do. And so, like, so for just easy example, how many of you guys, now that you're older and maybe you have your own family, how many of you guys, when y'all, it's dinner time, you guys don't sit at the table? You guys go in front of the couch, go to your rooms, like, y'all don't sit together. That was me. That's my family. Sari's different. They sit at the table. They have time together. They talk to each other. They sit and eat. They laugh. Like, that wasn't a thing. So now, in this new house, we bought a new table. Me and Sari, we sit at the table now. And it's funny because I'll catch myself, or she'll catch me. I can eat faster than her. I finish what I'm eating, and I'm getting up, and instantly she's like, well, can you sit with me? And I'm just like, in my head, it's not a big deal. I'm like, oh, well, I was just gonna sit in the living room. But to her, it's a big deal. It's time together. So little things like that. We'll go into deeper into those things, especially on Sari's point of view inside. I think that'd be great to listen to. Let's see. And then the relationship pillar with the Lord, like, it's not just saying I'm a Christian. It's not saying I have a relationship with Jesus. It's actually being active in that relationship, just like I am with Sari, spending time with the Lord, whether it be prayer time, me and him just talking, studying his word is not just, oh no, what's the verse of the day? Oh, that's cool, great, thank you, that's my verse, and that's it, I'm done. No, it is actively being a disciple and having a relationship with him and talking with him and understanding what he's trying to tell me through his word and prayer. Like that is a whole new level that I'm unlocking. And it's funny because when I really get into it, it's just like mind blowing. And I'll be mind blown for like a week, and then next thing you know, I get distracted, and then I'm back to my normal self, and I gotta rebuild towards that. And so it's work, it's a relationship. It's like I messed up, like if I just with my wife, like if I messed up one day, can you imagine if I went 4 days without talking to my wife, like how upset and hurt she would be. Like I'm starting to understand that my time with the Lord is not, you know, 20 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 5 minutes here, 1 minute just reading a verse. Like I had to put in work with this. If I really want to know the Lord and have him bless my life and be in my life, and him just being in my life is a blessing, I need to spend time with them. And again, I'm talking to myself. Like, I have a section over here now. My room, I have two desks right now. So I have a desk over here. It's set up for like my computer stuff, video games, things like that. And then I have a separate desk that's just for work. What this side's for like work, and then this side's for my Bible study, my devotionals. And I get up. Well, I used to get up again. I get back at it. Um, I would get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I would do my devotional, and I would do one chapter a day. But I don't just read the chapter. I set up my screens, and I have my Bible, my study Bible that I can write in. And then on this side, I have my iPad. And on my iPad, I have the blue letter Bible open, and I'll have a commentary open, and I'll have it in that chapter. And it would help me break down that chapter of things I didn't think about. So I'll read it myself, try to pick what I can sense the Lord's trying to tell me, and then I will also read compares next to it, and I'm just like, man, I didn't think about that. Oh, dude, it's so helpful. Again, that's just how I do it. Not everybody's the same on how they do Bible study, but when I do it like that, one chapter, one chapter could easily take me 2 hours, which is why I got to get up in the morning and do it, because I'll start at 6 and I'll end at 8. And I'm not saying that to brag or anything, but I'm saying there's a difference between spending time with the Lord and spending time with the Lord. It is mind blowing how much He wants to talk to you. But we just tell him, hey, I have a busy day today. I got 20 minutes. Come on, chop, chop. Give me the word and let's get it done. Like, it's mind blowing how I have treated the Lord over the years of my life. I'm just like, why? And again, I feel like it's mostly like everybody. It's like it's not tangible, but it really is if we work at it. Like, just because I can't see the Lord doesn't mean He's not there. It's actually, once I started, like, and that's those moments when I'm doing those devotionals, like I'm really getting into it. I'm like, it makes it tangible, like my relationship with Him. And that's when I'm like really on fire for God. I'm just really, my relationship with God is just full on. And again, the devil is just the father of lies. He likes to distract, and he'll do anything he can outside to make my inside just crumble. And so whether it be like, so when my pillar of God is this high, he'll mess with my pillar of my relationship with Sari or anybody else in my life. Or he'll mess with work, or he'll mess with my health, or he'll mess with my working out. And usually when those pillars are not as even, that's when the house is unbalanced. And that's when then my relationship with God pillar starts suffering, and that starts going down. And then usually when that goes down, everything comes down. Does that make sense? That's how I kind of illustrate my life with how it works. That's kind of how I begin to understand. It helps me because when I'm just like, oh, I feel so lost. What's going on? When I was like that, it was just so hard to just like be centered, you know. Now when things happen, I'm like, okay, what pillar is it? What pillar are you messing with? Or what pillar am I not paying attention to that I need to focus on? Oh, work? Oh, get your butt up, Eli. Let's go to work. Let's go do some flyers. Let's go make some content. Let's go follow up on some clients. Let's go do this. Oh, wait. Oh, you're not feeling good? Oh, that's food. Hey, what did I eat today? I ate a triple meat, triple cheese at Whataburger. Dude, cut that out. No more of that. Let's go back. Eggs for the next 4 days. Nothing but eggs. You know what I mean? Like that's how I begin to like balance my life, is understanding and seeing the problem and focusing on the problem and fixing the problem, so that way my household is balanced. And so I hope that helps. I really do. I hope that helps because it's helped me so much. And again, promise I will have Sarah here next time. I just was super excited about getting everything set up finally. I've been trying to do the podcast for a while. I miss doing the podcast. And I know it's just me rambling. I know there's maybe not a lot of people watching, but I hope this helps somebody. You know what I'm saying? So, again, guys, God bless you. I pray for you. Again, any prayer requests, let us know. We'd be happy to pray for you. Um, Other than that, guys, if you're in San Antonio, we go to Church Unlimited on over there by Stone Oak. You're more than welcome. I think we have 3 services now. I think 8, 10, and 11. We have 3 services. If you come to the 11 o'clock, we will be serving. We're the people that serve the coffee. So if you want some coffee, we'll be happy to help you guys. But other than that, God bless you. Talk to you later. Bye.